5 easy strength exercises for seniors. Hi, my name is Doug. I've been a physical therapist for 30 years and I specialize in helping people with balance problems learn to walk again. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 strength exercises that can help anyone feel more steady and strong. So now we're going to do something called tapping. You're going to take a towel or some type of target, put it in front of you. I've got my chair in front of me too, and I'm just going to tap right leg and then the left leg. Now, if your balance is pretty good, this is an excellent balance challenge. It also helps improve your weight shifting, and you don't have to hold on. So you want to try to do it as many times as you can in 2 minutes. You can go as fast as you want. And all I'm doing is I'm just tapping the towel in front of me. I'm not putting any pressure. If you're struggling, you can put one hand on this. It's still a pretty good balance challenge. But your goal is to try to let go as much as you can and do it for 2 minutes as many times as possible. If you need to sit down and rest at any point, you can. If you're struggling with this, if you can't get your foot forward, most likely you're not shifting your weight. So you want to always shift your weight as much as you can onto the leg you're standing on, which is quite a bit. You know, when a normal person, when they shift their weight, it's about a 7-inch movement in their body. Their body is shifting over about 7 inches right to left. So you do want to really shift a lot. And if you can't do it, that's probably why, is you're not shifting. You can even hold onto the chair to allow yourself to get enough of a weight shift to do this properly. And you want to just keep going as many times as you can for the 2 minutes. But it can be tiring to do this. And if you want to stop at any point and sit down at any point, that's fine. The more times you do it, the more benefit you'll get from it. If it's a struggle, I would say try to do it every single day until it becomes easier. A lot of people that are shuffling or having trouble with their walking, when I have them practice this, it really helps improve their walking ability. Their coordination improves and they walk more normally. We're going to do marching. You're going to grab the back of the chair and then you're just going to bring your leg up and down, just like you're marching in place. I'm not bringing my knee higher than the chair. Really just like a 45-degree angle is enough. So this is really a good strengthening exercise, especially if I'm holding on. It's working the iliopsoas, which is the main muscle that lifts your leg up in front of you. It's an important walking muscle. And if you're walking uphill or on stairs, you use this muscle to get your leg up a little bit higher. If you want to turn it into a balance exercise, you just let go of the chair and then try to go as many times as you can without holding on. It actually is a good balance exercise because it helps you work on weight shifting. In order for you to lift one leg up, you've got to shift your weight over to the other leg. And a lot of times when people shuffle, they're not really shifting their weight. And I've done this exercise with a few people, and it really seems to help reduce that shuffling. So if you get tired at any point, you could sit down. 2 minutes is a long time to do this. You can hold on to the chair some. If you're feeling pretty good, but you still want a little hold, you could just put one finger on the chair as you're doing it. But the goal is to try to do this without holding on. But it really is a small muscle, and it can be fatiguing to do this for a full 2 minutes. And the height that you lift your leg also determines that. So I'm going up pretty much as high as this chair, which is hard. But if you want to make it a little easier, you can just kind of lift your legs a little bit lower. It's not nearly as fatiguing that way. And every time I'm standing on my leg, I'm making sure my knee is slightly bent. You never want to stand on a stiff leg. Just a couple more and then we're done with this exercise. So we're going to do something called pillow squats. You want a chair in front of you and a chair behind you with a cushion. You're going to sit down on the cushion. Now ideally you want to cross your arms in front of you, bend forward and stand up all the way, and then sit back down. Now we've got a timer here for 2 minutes, and if you're feeling good, you can do this the entire 2 minutes. But if you're feeling like this is too much or too difficult for you, You can rest as often as you want. You can just stay sitting on the chair as much as you want. It's also fine if you're struggling to put your hands on your knees. You can also put your hands on the chair in front of you, or push off. If you have an armchair, you can push off of the arms of the chair. It really doesn't matter which way you do it. Really what matters more for your strength in your legs is how many repetitions you do. So if you only can do 1 or 2 without pushing, I would actually recommend that you push and help yourself do more. If you can get up to about 10 or 15 of these the first day, that's great. Now we've got a timer for 2 minutes, so if you're stronger, you can do it the entire 2 minutes like this. But it's fine if you want to rest a little bit, or if you want to put your hands on your knees or the chair to help yourself up. So this works almost all of the muscles in your legs. You know, it works the quadriceps, it works the buttocks muscles, the hip extensors, the hip flexors. It even works your knee muscles. It's a really good overall strengthening exercise. And when you're walking, the way that it helps you with balance is if you start to lose your balance and you've been practicing this exercise, you're more likely to be able to catch yourself and prevent a fall. If your quadriceps and your buttocks muscles are weaker and you start to lose balance, it's possible that you could fall because you're not strong enough to arrest the fall. So it's a good thing to practice. So we're going to practice sidestepping. You're going to grab the chair and just take one big step to the side, bring your other leg together, then come to the other side and bring your leg together. The goal of the exercise is to do this without holding the back of the chair. But in the beginning, when you first attempt this, you might find that you feel very unsteady. It's okay to grab the chair. If you are grabbing the chair, make sure that you're really taking a big step. Big step to the left, bring your other leg in. Big step to the right, bring your other leg in. Now you want to make sure your knees are bent. Whenever you walk, your knees should be slightly bent, but particularly with this exercise, it can be kind of hard on your knees if you keep stepping sideways with your knees overly stiff. So you might wonder why this is a helpful exercise. It does a couple things. It definitely improves the strength of your hip abductors, which are the big muscles on the side of your leg that let you step sideways. Now, when you're out and about and encounter things like uneven ground, or maybe something bumps into you or you bump into something, having strong hip abductors can really help you prevent a fall. The other thing is, practicing this maneuver of stepping sideways is really helpful if you're trying to avoid something or adjust your balance. People that never practice this activity, and believe me, a lot of older people that are more sedentary, they don't walk backwards, they don't walk sideways, they just try to walk forward. It really is a little scary when you haven't done it for a few months to step sideways. So by practicing this, you're actually just making your balance programming better. You're getting used to these maneuvers again. And this is really what constitutes good balance, is being able to move not just forward, but sideways and also backward. If you're tired at all, you can rest. We're almost done with this exercise. And if you need to hold on, you can. So we're going to do single leg stands. You're going to grab the chair, put all your weight on one leg, lift the other leg off the ground, and then try to stand as long as possible on one leg. Your goal is to do this on each leg for about 20 seconds without grabbing the chair. But a lot of people are going to be struggling with that. I'm even doing it kind of quickly right now just to show you. You do want to keep a little bend in the knee that you're standing on. This exercise is probably the best single balance exercise that anyone's ever done. The reason is because your ability to stand on one leg directly relates to your ability to resist a fall. If you can't stand on one leg and balance yourself for a few seconds, you're much more at risk for falling, because when you walk, that's what you're doing. When walking is a succession of standing on one leg and moving the other leg forward. So if you can't do that, then most likely you're shuffling or you're walking with your feet very wide apart because you're afraid of doing this activity. And what I've learned is that if you practice this enough, you can regain it. almost anybody watching this video at some point in their life were able to do this with ease. So by practicing it kind of at any age, you can regain that ability to stand on one leg. Now, it's okay to put your finger on here, to try to get the weight shift, but try to let go for as long as you can on each leg. If you need to sit down, you can, but I would do it as many times as you can for the 2 minutes. And again, if you're struggling, try to lean more towards the leg you're standing on. Try to lean more towards that side. That's usually the biggest problem people have with this, is they're not leaning enough. Well, one more. Okay. I hope you found this video helpful. Click the subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this.